We get asked all the time, what do I need in order to RV? Well, in this video, we're gonna share our RV necessities with you.
And we're also adding what we call our Glamping Essentials. These are products that we purchased along the way that give us great enjoyment, security, and have helped us to build some amazing memories. Welcome back to the RV Odd Couple. My name is John.
And I'm Mercedes. Long story short, we sold most of our possessions in pursuit of freedom, independence, and adventure.
Because life's too short, guys.
It is. And this video is all about our RVing essentials, but this is different than any other RV essentials video that you have seen thus far. Because we are really stressing what we need to be comfortable, right? Because when you're full-time RVing, you don't want to feel like you're roughing it every single day, 365, 24/7. So these items are things that we could not enjoy this journey without. They give us comfort, they give us security, and they just make us feel at home even though our home is traveling all the time.
Right, and we're also going to talk about our Glamping Essentials. These are products that just give us great enjoyment, some security, peace of mind, and really have helped us to build some amazing memories. Also, we're going to give you an update on the birds. I've got some more amazing video, and we're going to share that with you.
And of course, we've linked to all of the products in the description. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to put those in the comments.
Yeah, we really appreciate your support. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it helps us make these videos.
Yeah, and especially to you RV veterans, let us know what your RV essentials are, and also share with us some of your glamping essentials.
You see some products that actually might help us even more, please let us know in the comment section. Mercedes and I read every single comment that we get, and we respond to the kind people. And so we're going to start off the video by what we think is the most important items that you need to have, which gives you security and peace of mind. Now, we were both shocked to find out that most RV manufacturers make keys the same across all other RVs. This scared us. Our neighbor might have a key that fits all the locks in our RV.
That's terrifying.
Which is terrifying. But we're going to start the video off with a company called RVlock.com, and they are phenomenal. We sent them an email with pictures, snapshots of all the locks we needed to replace, and they sized them correctly. They sent us all of the materials we needed to redo our locks.
And we've been testing this out for a while, and so you don't have to get the fancy lock system that we've got, but it's very important that you get new locks on your RV, especially if you are full-time and most all your possessions are in the RV.
Installation on the RV lock for our main entry is fantastic. It was very simple to install. It's key coded, and then it also came with a fob. So we absolutely love this. We love this product so far. It's easy to do. It's easy to gain access into our RV, and it's just nice pulling up and clicking the thing and hearing it open up.
Especially when you have a handful of groceries
Yeah.
and you can't, and the key is in the purse and you can't get it. So that's something worth considering. The next thing is a security camera, which you may think, okay, that's a little ridiculous, a security camera, but actually when you are off exploring and your RV is all by its lonesome, we have had some experiences that we wish we had had a security camera.
Yeah, and being that we're YouTubers, and if you guys have gone through some of the comments, you'll see some of the crazy people out there. So security became really front for our minds. And we went ahead and purchased the Rio Link, which is really cool because it's a camera that's easy to adjust. You can put it just about anywhere. It runs off a battery, but it also runs off a solar panel. It's got a 13-foot cord, and it's just very, very easy to use. It's got a little 64 megabyte memory card that you put in there, and it actually can record on a loop. It also sends a feed to your iPhone. You can put it on motion response, so if there's any movement around the area that you're monitoring with that camera, it will send you an email or a text message saying you've got movement by your RV. So like for instance, we take the day into Yosemite Park and we leave the RV, we set our camera up, we will get a notification if there's movement, and we can just open our phone and see what's going on both outside the RV and inside the RV. What I love about the system is that I can take that camera and move it to the outside, I can move it to the inside, I can set it up just how I like to use it. You should definitely have some cable locking systems. Just use those. Any products that you have outside, just tie it down. You know, if they really want to steal it, they're gonna get it, but make it harder for them.
Yeah, and these are more the high ticket items. So things like the grill, the surge protector, the things that cost $100 or more.
Right.
We're not talking about securing a foldable chair that costs
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. When we're driving down the road pulling a 17,000 pound RV, we want to see what's going on behind us, as well as when I'm going to go park that RV. It is extremely helpful to have a rear backup camera. Mercedes doesn't help me that often, but when she does, I keep her up in the front of the truck where I can see her. But there's been an occasion where I did send her behind and I couldn't see her, but I did see her in the camera.
And it saves marriages.
It saves
Because
marriages.
what's one of the biggest issues where couples fight in RVing? It's backing up, right? So
Right.
he doesn't have to rely on me and what I think, where I think we should be, because I
Right.
really am not sure. Instead, he can rely on the camera.
But one of the funniest things about RVing is when we see new people come in, typically Mercedes and I will stop what
We'll
we're
just
doing
watch 'em
to
park.
watch them, because you can see most of them are teams,
Yeah.
and other ones it just starts fights, and we've
Just
seen it
get
ruin the
popcorn.
weekend.
Just get popcorn and start watching.
The next thing is the tire minder. Guys, I've got a monitor on every single one of my tires, both in the truck and on the RV. Blowouts cause more fatalities in the RVing travel industry than anything else. So we monitor our tires. The tire minder watches for both pressure and it watches for heat, or giving us a heads up that there may be a problem coming just down the road.
Yeah, and you can tell when one tire is acting out of line than the other ones. So it just gives a really good indicator, and we just keep ours on our dash. So I don't know if you guys saw this video about a park fight, about having to move from a 50 amp to a 30 amp, but this whole thing would have been avoided if we had a dog bone.
Yeah.
Essentially, it takes a 30 amp, makes it usable for a 50 amp and vice versa. We have links for each one,
Yep.
but especially in the TT system, even though our unit is a 50 amp, we cannot always secure a 50 amp spot.
Right, so we get a 30 and the dog bone, just make sure we can plug into whatever is available. So it's important to know you should be ready for everything when you're RVing. Get a good surge protector.
Because consider this, $300 up front versus damaging all of the electrical in your RV. The cost of
8-10
that
grand.
is gonna be in the thousands. So
Right.
we see people not using surge protectors all the time, and we just think to ourselves, man, that's so risky.
It is. The second product that we're going to talk about is a splitter for your hoses, okay? And so typically on a campsite, you've got one water outlet and one feed. So what this does, the splitter, it makes it possible for you to use two hoses, one for your fresh water and then one for just doing things around, whether you're washing your truck or filling a pool up for the kids.
Or
It just-
giving the dog water.
even washing the dog. When you have that splitter, you don't have to shut off your main water supply to the RV to get that additional water source. In addition to getting the splitter, always have a water pressure regulator. Again, antiquated services in old parks and their infrastructure. You want to protect the plumbing just like you want to protect the electrical inside your RV with a water pressure regulator. It just squeezes down the pressure that it's allowed to go into your RV. I love this. When we first started out, we had 3 hoses, and even if you spend money on the really high quality hoses, they still kink. It's still hard to wrap them up. Our Zero hose, we absolutely love it. It doesn't kink. It doesn't get tangled. It's really easy to use. It's expensive on the front end, but man, that's all I use now. I use one 50-foot hose for our main connection to the water at the park. And then my Zero hoses, I just love them.
Might seem like a big expense on the front end, but the hose is something you are going to be using almost daily. And think
Constantly.
about the storage, how difficult it is to put away a big bulky
Yes.
hose and,
Yep.
and the space it requires. The items that we've listed so far is what we consider necessities.
You gotta have 'em.
To be on the road safe.
Yes.
But now we're going to talk about our glamping essentials. I did not want to RV full-time feeling like I was roughing it 365 days out of the year.
We just couldn't do it. We're honest enough with ourselves to know that's just not how we do this life.
Be true to yourself. So these items are items that bring us a lot of enjoyment, and we think that they're of value when you consider the ease and the comfort and the security that they give us. And the first one is a washer and dryer. Now I will be doing a full video just on the washer and dryer in the future.
We get a lot of questions about the washer and dryer.
There's so much I want to share about it. Given that we have a toddler and we have a big enough closet in the master, it was really important for me to have a way to do laundry so that I wouldn't feel like I was living in the laundromat. Now, there are limitations with it. It does take a while. The loads do have to be smaller. You don't want to run it if we're on a 30 amp. It's a lot better if you have 50 amp power. But it's still really worth it because remember, we're doing this full time.
Right.
This is not just a weekend thing where who cares if your clothes are a little dirty.
Right.
This is something that day in and day out, I want my family to be comfortable. I don't want to feel like I'm a slave to the laundry.
Yep. And also, I'm a germaphobe. I don't like laundromats. It's just me. But it does the job. We've been using it for 6 months straight. We've never had a problem with it. We love our washer and dryer.
Yeah, if you are going to be full-time and you have kids, consider it.
Yeah.
But it does kind of shake the RV.
We went 5 months without having the tripod or the wheel stabilizers to hold the RV still. So when we did laundry, it was constantly shaking. We always got that, right? What's interesting is that once we had the birds, we thought enough about it. We didn't want to bother the birds. We didn't want them shaking around. We didn't want them flying off. So we looked into the tripod, we looked into the tire stabilizers, and what a difference they have made night and day. It's taken out about 80% of the wobble. If we knew this then, we would have bought them day one. And saved ourselves a little bit of shaky, but no brainer. If you have a washer and dryer, you're full time, you better get a tripod and you want to have the wheel stabilizers. We purchased the Coleman grill and I absolutely love it.
I love it. I love it because it keeps the inside of the house clean and it doesn't smell like
and
meat
not smoky.
Inside.
Yeah.
It keeps it cool.
But we love to cook meats and steaks on it. The one tricky part about the Coleman grill is it cooks super hot, which I love. So you do have to be careful with the thickness of the steaks that you purchase for it, but I do like a sear grill steak. I like the outside nice and kind of black or charcoal, and I like the inside red. The Coleman grill is something that we absolutely love and we use multiple times every week.
Woo! That got me.
We'll do a cooking channel next.
Men in their fire, because the next thing is a fire pit.
One of the things we've really noticed about RVing and we love is 90% of the people that do this are wonderful, beautiful people. And nothing brings people closer together than to sit around a fire pit, toast marshmallows, and just talk. Get to know people, make new friends, you know?
It's carnal.
It really is carnal. It's something beautiful about it. Hands down, the biggest struggle that we've had since we've started RVing full time is our connectivity to the internet and our phone services. Now we're working on a complete in-depth video on what we've done because it has been trial and error and massive headaches as we've gone. But we have three things we use. We use a WeBoost, which it amplifies the cell phone signal. And then we also have a solid RF. Now we've been testing those up against each other and we were getting ready to launch a video on all the connectivity and how we do it, how we stay connected.
One of the things that I would say, as nice as the WeBoost is and the solid RF, we really enjoy the Mimo. So
Yes.
the Mimo, it's so inexpensive and the bang for the buck, I would say that it works about 70 to 80% as well as the $500 WeBoost.
Right.
And I think it's like 30 bucks, maybe 40.
Yeah, it depends. They sell out really fast because they work so well. We connect it directly to our hotspot, which is done by Verizon. It works phenomenal most of the time. But when it doesn't, you really have to have redundancy. Different systems work in different places. So far, it looked like the solid RF was edging out the WeBoost, but we just can't do enough testing where we're at, and we don't have any signal here. So once I finish that, we'll do a full video on these, but this is hands down the biggest struggle we've had since we started RVing is connectivity.
All right, the next item that is a glamping essential for us is our clam tent. They are so nice. They give you a safe outdoor space that, especially with a young child, we have her contained.
We can corral her.
So we corral the whole family in there. It's really big. It's nice because it protects you from the mosquitoes. Absolutely love it.
We pray in there, we meditate in there, we read in there. One of the things that I love about our Quick Set by Clam is that it's super easy to set up, guys. I can set this thing up by myself in about 5 minutes. It only weighs about 40 pounds total, so it's easy to pack. but boy, does it really makes a nice, comfortable spot. Sometimes when you're in an RV for extended amount of time, it's always nice to have that sanctuary to escape to, you know, whether it's by myself or as a family.
Morning cup of coffee.
Morning cup of coffee next to the river. We absolutely love it, and we're so glad that we've got it. One other thing that we found out the hard way that you really should have if you're gonna full-time RV, especially into cold climates across the United States, is you gotta have a warm hose or some heat tape so that your RV cold lines don't freeze. Now, we were in Sedona, Arizona at Verde Valley, and we experienced the freeze the very first time. Luckily for us, nothing burst. It gave me a chance to get out of the hardware store, get some heat tape, and I made a hose on my own. And what that does is it just plugs in, it keeps that warm so it never freezes.
Of course, we want you RV veterans to share with us your must-haves. And if you are new, do not hesitate to ask a question.
We want to thank the RV Odd Squad so much for your love and support. It's helped get us through some really tough days as we've been going. We appreciate the support as far as you guys buying shark's teeth and merchandise from us. We've only got 5 shark's teeth left right now, and we're gonna have to start making some more. But we just wanna say a big, big thank you. We don't use Patreon. We'll never go that way.
We don't want to be e-beggars.
Yeah, but we need a way to support our channel and the cost of making these videos. So thank you so much. And we read every single comment, guys, and we respond to every single comment. We don't plan on changing that. It's one of the things we love most because we've learned so much from you, and it helps us stay connected with those we're trying to help. And now for a bird update. It's been such a blessing watching these birds grow, and it's amazing how fast they're growing. We can literally, some days it seems like we're actually seeing their feathers grow in length. That's how fast they're growing. But mom and dad are very, very busy feeding them every day. They leave the nest for longer periods of time. Mercedes and I are so blown away that the last bird hatched just 11 days ago. The growth is incredible. God's nature is just unbelievable, and it's so fun to watch. Sage is jumping up in the window every single day. We think the family of birds is actually starting to get used to Sage. But, you know, we're ready to move on. We're ready to go, and we're still continuing to document this. Scientists do not know how long it takes from them to hatch to fly away, but we're about to find out. Man, oh my God, number 1's looking like he's climbing up on top of the nest. So once again, thank you so much for your love, support, and prayers.
The next video is designed to help you if you are looking to buy an RV. It's all about our buying mistakes. Now, we made some really expensive mistakes when buying our RV, and if you watch this video, it can save you thousands of dollars. Please do not make the same mistakes that we did. We'll see you in the next video.